What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Break It Down, the show where we get to speak to some amazing artists and hear the story behind the creative process that goes into making some just incredible songs and music videos and albums. Back with us today is an incredible producer from the Boston area, my man B Leafs. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you having me on here, man.
Yeah, anytime. Thank you for joining us again. For those that don't know B Leafs, he's put out a ton of material. 2019, the Horizon album. It's got Skyzoo, Cormega, Styles P, M. Elzhi, Masta Ace, and you're continuing with the theme of working with dope MCs. Recently, Kool G Rap, Craig G, Skyzoo, SD Knack, M. So congrats, my friend.
Appreciate it, brother.
Why don't you let our listeners know where you are currently and what's some of the stuff you're working on soon to be released?
Yeah, so I'm up in the North Shore area, Massachusetts, just north of Boston, in Danvers, working on my next full-length project. So the joint with Kool G Rap and Craig G, the joint with Skyzoo and J Royale, and then this past one with ST, M. Code 9, and Al Divino. Those are the first 3 singles off the project. We got 2 more that'll be dropping in the near future. And then the album should probably be out around December or so, just depending. I got a couple tracks to finish up, so it's almost there, but should be end of this year.
Excellent. And all the links will be in the description below. So make sure you go follow and subscribe to B Leaf. So when that new music comes out, you're right there receiving it, because it is dope. And you want to make sure you hear it before everybody else. So today I want to get into Reaganomics. This is a track featuring Elzhi, Ras Kass, M. Large Pro. So let's break it down. Why don't you tell us how this song came about and how these 4 amazing artists all kind of conceptualized this term that we've heard since the 80s.
Yeah, so, one of my favorite beats I've ever made, just super old school 90s vibe. Elzhi was always a cat that I was dying to work with. I think he's the most underrated rapper of all time. I mean, when people talk about their top 10, he's got to be at least in that conversation. And, to work with him was like probably, one of the top honors I've ever had. I mean, just incredible MC. Everything he writes is just out of this world. So I got him on the track originally, and he was the one that came up with the whole Reaganomics idea. And once he spit that verse, I figured, all right, well, we might as well name the song Reaganomics and just keep that same energy going. So I believe the second artist I got on it was Ras Kass. And I had also at that same time gotten Cormega on the track. We ended up getting him on a different track for the album instead, but he was going to be on that track, and he was the one that actually linked me up with Large Professor. So, I mean, that was a dream come true. I never thought I'd be able to work with Large Professor, but yeah. I mean, shout out Cormega. Cormega, one of the realest people I've ever, had the chance to work with. Super cool dude. So we ended up getting him on the track with Dark Low. And that, that's one of my favorite verses ever. So shout out Cormega. But yeah, so he helped me get Large Pro on the track. So it was them, and then M. To seal it off too. I mean, M. came correct. I love that verse. Just, you could tell he really took his time with that one and just came through with some crazy shit. And yeah, Large Pro was actually the last one to do the verse. And I thought, putting him on the end of the track, like just to close it off. I mean, he's one of the most slept on. I mean, not only with the bars, but man, his production is just out of this world. I don't know how he does it. He's one of those people, I listen to his beats and I'm like, I don't get it. he's an
Yeah.
alien with it, man. It's crazy. I can listen to his
Got
beats all day.
3 beats on Nas's first album. I mean, that
Exactly.
should say enough right there.
Yep. So yeah, had them 4 on it, and then I got DJ Slipwax to do the cuts. He's incredible, man.
Yeah,
He's
shout
one of
out
my
to Slipwax.
go-to DJs. He does like the majority of the cuts for me. So yeah, he really came through and crushed it. So I was excited with that. I think the whole track came out incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely a big song. I know a lot of your other releases are with big artists. What was the reception on this song specifically, because it did kind of come out in an era? I mean, I know it was like 2 years ago now, but it was a lot politically going on. Did this song kind of resonate with what was going on in society at the time?
It did. It really did. I think yeah, it's just it was perfect timing and everything. And I forget exactly when we dropped it, but I remember when we dropped it, there was a lot of just political stuff going on. I think it was a little bit before the election, a year before or something like that. And there was just a lot of stuff going on at that time. So I think it worked out. And yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely pre-COVID. So I ended up making the video clip of, you know,
That was you. I was trying to think. I was
all
like,
the clips.
was it you?
Right. Because we were working with an animated guy. Is that what we
Yep.
were working on? Okay.
Originally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Originally there was going to be an animated video, which I maybe still might happen someday. But I quarantine happened, and I'm like, yeah, what can I do? And I'm going through a list of M.Dot songs, and I'm like, wow, this Reaganomics was supposed to have a video, everything that's going on in the world. Like, let me see if I can, you know, manage a way to like put a bunch of clips together and make something work. And I thought it came out pretty well, you know.
I appreciate you on that one, bro, because they came out incredible. Honestly, like everything fit perfect. Just every clip, like every single clip you picked. Like I was telling Don, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll let you know, like, you know, which ones maybe we can take out if like some don't fit. And then I watched it and I was like, I don't think a single one needs to be taken. I think it was perfect.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I love film, and maybe one day can, you know, make an actual music video, but you know, I just felt like it deserved some type of visual treatment, considering the artists involved and the subject matter. So
Yeah.
you know, I was glad to play a part in this song, because it is an incredible song. It's definitely, you know, I think they're all dope songs on the horizon. But this is certainly, I think, because of everything, if, you know, if this was 1999 where life was good, and, you know, maybe it wouldn't, but when it came out, and especially the last 2 years with the election and COVID and, you know, whitewashing of history, sometimes songs like these get people to go back and say, well, what does Reaganomics mean? And, you know, and then they start looking into it. So
Yeah, even people in my own life too that, you know, didn't really understand, and then I just played on the track and they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna look into this. And then they looked into it and they're like, oh wow, I didn't realize it was that deep.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
crazy.
excellent. And it was almost by accident, if Elzhi didn't, you know.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Elzhi for blessing us with Reaganomics.
Yep. And it was dope too, because, you know, it's like it was one of those tracks too where everybody shared it. And I feel like a lot of the times when you're working with bigger artists and they do a feature, like not everyone really cares. They're just like trying to get their bag, and, you know, that's it. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
for everyone to actually share the track, I think that was like super special. And then, you know, just all the blogs too and the write-ups. I mean, I had, you know, here and there would drop a track and get like a blog to repost it or something. But I mean, this one, it was, you know, Ear Milk, Hot New Hip Hop, XXL, just all these big blogs posting it, and it was crazy to me. I was just like, oh my God, like that was the one track that kind of, for me, like changed everything and made me think like, all right, you got to keep doing this. Like you're onto something here.
Excellent.
And, yeah.
Well, we're going to give our fans a taste of it right now. This is Reaganomics featuring Elzhi, Ras Kass, M. Dot, and Large Pro. Here it is. Check it out.
See, it was written, but was never told.
Crime after crime, from drugs to extortion.
See, it was written, but was never told.
Making money, smoking mics like crack pipes. Making money, smoking, making money, smoking mics like crack pipes.
It all stemmed from Reaganomics. That's breaking eggs to make some regular omelets. Reporting overdoses by rich kids who beg for comics while they parents marvel at the DC propaganda. With Nancy Reagan, LA's top commander. That's when Buster Douglas dropped the Vander Holyfield. There was a time that white America thought drugs only killed the black folks or made them some funny money. I ain't trying to crack jokes. Some addicts they serve could eject they Cadillac spokes and brohams. No after school programs. It's crazy how them snowgrams fun at hip hop and the park show jams. Saw Reaganomics.
See, it was written, but was.
So that was Elzhi, maybe a little bit of Ras Kass. The full song Reaganomics is in the description below. The video treatment there'll be a link for as well. So make sure it's on your Spotify, iTunes playlist. If you want to watch the video, go check that out as well. Beliefs, appreciate your time again today, my man. Let all our listeners know where they can find out more about you.
Yep. So Instagram at B_Leafs, LEAFS. Twitter at Bleafs Music, and then all streaming services B_LEAFS.
Excellent.
Appreciate you having me, brother. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, appreciate it as well. Top-notch production. So if you're a fan of, if you're a producer, if you're an artist, and you want to hear what top-level type quality music is, go check out my man Bleafs. And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in to another episode, and we'll catch you again on the next one. More coming soon. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Break It Down. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. If there's a song or video you want us to break down with an artist, hit us up on social media at Own Lane Music, or hit the artist up directly and mention our show. Maybe we can talk to him. That's it, everyone. Peace out.